Welcome in, guys. It is Brad with College SportsCast. We are here for Wildcat Weekly. We got a lot to get to. Women's basketball, big wins, an injury, portal news. We got a lot to get to. It is Wildcat Weekly, Week 20.
Thank you for tuning in to College SportsCast. College SportsCast presents Wildcat Weekly.
What's up, John? Got John here with me. College SportsCast. This is Wildcat Weekly. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
It has been a crazy few days.
Well,
Trying
last
to keep
15 minutes it went off the rails.
Yeah, just a few days. I mean, actually, it's been a crazy few days. You go back to last Thursday, the Kentucky girls beat LSU, and then the next day, or actually a few hours after that, the portal opens, and it's been nonstop since.
Chaos. And we just had chaos like right before we got on the show.
It's been nonstop since, it seems like.
Yeah,
All right. So to start out with, guys, I'm going to start out with my Facebook stuff, man. Hit that subscribe button on Facebook with us, man. We appreciate you. It's only 99 cents a month. That's all it is. It's just a bare minimum. I try to keep it at the minimum for you guys, but it does give you your own page to post on. You can make posts on it, the subscribers page, and also a chat that we are in and trying to post a lot of this info and a lot of stuff that we're hearing. We are doing in the chat as well. So right now is a hot time to join for just 99 cents a month.
Yeah.
For sure. John's in there a lot. I'm in there a lot. Like I said, right now it's just 99 cents a month. We're posting a bunch of stuff in there, having some chats with some guys in there and some people in there. So hit that subscribe button for just 99 cents a month. Also at the top of the left-hand corner of the screen there is our QR code for Home Field Apparel. I want to put that up and going to leave this up. If you are a Cat fan, go to Home Field Apparel, use our code CSCast. It'll help us out as well as you can get some really cool gear. I've got one of mine on right now. This is a Home Field Apparel shirt here, and this is the Unforgettables, actually, 1996. I think that's right. Now that I'm thinking about it, it is, right? 96? Yeah. Anyways, go to Home Field Apparel, hit that QR code up at the top, scan, use CSCast, and help us out, man. Appreciate that. I am going to leave the QR code up on the top of the screen as we talk tonight. John, right off the bat, I do want to give, before we get into anything else, I want to give an injury update on Teonni Key. If you guys were paying any attention to the girls yesterday in the third quarter, Teonni Key dove for a loose ball. One of the Missouri players kind of dove at the same time and fell on top of her arm as she was reaching for the ball. It is her right arm that is injured. At first, I thought it was a shoulder. It turns out, John, that it was a dislocated elbow for Teonni Key. I do have a couple of things to update. So first, I have had a short chat with Teonni's mother, just a very, very short chat. And all I have got, I just want to just say that she has said that she is fine. She's resting. She has asked for prayers. And I do want to put that out that Tammy Brown has asked for prayers. That is Teonni's mother. So I do want to put that out. And then tonight, just an hour ago on his call-in show, Coach Brooks did say that currently they do not have a full prognosis, but that she is looking. Her arm is looking fairly well. They do not think that they are anticipating that she will be able to come back, Kenny said, but it's more than likely going to be at least 3 to possibly 6 weeks before Teonni gets to come back on the floor. So that is the one negative with the women here, John. The update on Teonni Key is that she will be out and miss at least a few weeks here. What do you think, John?
Tough break, man. I mean, she's vital to their team. You know, you got Hassett, Clara Strack, Tonie Morgan, but you look at the game Thursday night.
She was big. Teonni was big. She had 17 points, 16 rebounds.
The rebounding,
she was fighting for balls, loose balls on the floor, rebounds. She was getting out rebounded like two players.
It's gonna be tough without her. I still think they're a good team. You know how they do with this schedule coming up. You know, I know they play Alabama coming up. They play Oklahoma. I think after Oklahoma, it is Texas, I believe.
I have not looked that far. Texas is coming up pretty soon.
I think they start this week with Alabama and Oklahoma. So the Oklahoma game will be more of a challenge, I think. You know, with the freshman there, she's a really good player for Oklahoma. Is it the Sanchez girl? I'm trying to get off the top of my head. I think it's the Sanchez girl.
Yes.
I believe. Don't quote me on that.
You got me. I wasn't even talking about I wasn't thinking about the Oklahoma game yet.
Alabama, I think they can probably get by without her. You know, they lost a lot. They lost Barker this year to the pros. So it's at Alabama. It'll be a tough game. But overall, I think they'll be fine. You know, they're leading the SEC. They're 15-1, 14-1. They're really good. They can score, but still it's going to be a tough loss, Brad.
It is. I do want to go back. I just wanted to put that on the, as an update right off the top of the show here. But I do want to get to, man, I mean, what a sweet, sweet win it was in Baton Rouge on Thursday night this past week. Kentucky actually got their highest ever ranked road win over number 5 LSU in Baton Rouge on a buzzer beater, John.
Hey, unbelievable game, man. You know, Kentucky's main success has been from their defense, which is tied for the third fewest allowed, Brad. 52 points a game. Now, they did give up 78 to LSU, so that's nowhere near that average.
But they were averaging 108 before that game.
Yeah, 100. So that was a big win for the Kentucky defense, and one of the reasons why the Wildcats, I feel like, was ranked so high. And to see Kim Mulkey in that atmosphere, the way she was pacing the sidelines, and to see after a loss,
night, guys. They brought Lane Kiffin out, on the court before the game here for this LSU game. It was the SEC opener. They were going all out, talking about they were still undefeated. They were 14-0. They hadn't played a very strong schedule, but they were undefeated. They were ranked 5th in the country, and they're loaded on the guard side. Let's be honest. On the guards, they are loaded. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, John. After watching them a couple of nights now, they probably need a little help on the inside.
Yeah.
This LSU team does.
They do. They need some work. Now, going back to Brooks, they're well-positioned, Brad,
I mean, in this game, John, Kenny Brooks was like, I don't know if you guys, they do the video, and it was like 8.5 minutes or something. And Kenny Brooks is telling the girls the entire time that he believes that they can win this game. They can shock the world. They can go on the road in Baton Rouge and do it. He was saying it before the game. He said it at halftime. He told them with 4 minutes to go, when they were still behind, they were behind 6 points, that he felt like they were going to come back and win this game. And they shut them down. They had no field goals the last like 5 or 6 minutes in this game. They were down 6 points with 3 minutes to go.
And I'll say this, everybody was kind of wondering what they was doing on that last play. I feel like they was trying to get Strack. And the play didn't work. And the play didn't work. And Tonie Morgan,
they tried to like do a little bit of a screen and roll. And it actually did kind of work. And the reason why I say it worked is they got close enough to each other that the defenders switched. So the girl that was guarding Strack come out and was guarding Tonie Morgan, and the guard was trying to get back to the post to guard Strack. But Tonie Morgan put up the shot, and the shot went in. So, yeah.
It either goes in or you lose, basically.
Yeah, there was a half a second left, so there probably was not going to be time for a tip or a putback or anything of that nature. And it was an absolute swish. And, man, between the way Teonni Key played, who had 17 points and 16 boards in this game, Asia Boone had 5 3-pointers in this game off the bench, had 18 points. And then Tonie Morgan was just lights out in this game, John. She's the one that hit the shot at the end.
She just does so many things.
Points, 12 assists, and 0 turnovers, and 3 of 3 from the 3-point line.
She just does so many things. You know, she can drive, she can dish, she can hit the three, like you said, hit the game winner. She's just got the tools to get to that next level. And that's why Brooks went out in the portal and he found this gem. And look at it now. It's paying off. Kentucky's, tied for what? First with about 4 or 5 teams, 2-0. Best start since 2013. Like, come on now. Like, Kentucky women's hoops is literally in one of the biggest and best conferences in basketball, and they're playing at a level that I have never seen since probably Matthew Mitchell when he first got there.
Yeah, I mean, that's really – only other time is way back in the days with Valerie Steele in the early 80s. But, I mean, that's really – and then Matthew's run in the early 2010s.
Yeah, that was a good run too.
Yeah, that was a pretty good run. Matthew Mitchell's run, like from 2010 to like 2013 or something like that. Somewhere around there. You can look me up. It might be 2014 or 15. I'm not sure, but somewhere around there. All right, I am going to switch up from that because we have a lot of football stuff I want to get to. But yesterday, the girls at home got the home opener win with the SEC home opener over Missouri, 74-52. And again, Tonie Morgan played really well yesterday.
Yeah, it was the battle of the guards. She entered the game, Brad? Second nationally in assists.
Yep.
18 points, 14 assists. She only, I think, committed 3 turnovers. In the game. She
was again 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. And I keep bringing that up because I want to point this out, okay? Career, she was a 23% 3-point shooter before she got to Kenny Brooks. She's currently shooting 43.3% from the 3-point line.
And then you add Clara Strack, Defensive Player of the Year last year.
She had 19 points, 10 rebounds yesterday.
3 blocks.
Double-double. 3 blocks.
She stretched that Missouri defense beyond what they wanted
to
do.
Oh, yeah, man. She also was 3 of 10 from the 3-point line. She shot 10 3-pointers yesterday. By the way, she's a 6'5" center if you've never seen her play.
I'm going to tell you something else that won this game was the efficiency. You know, they shot 46%. Missouri had, I think, 31, maybe 32, something like that. They opened up a 10-point lead. Now, they did have some storm droughts. Now, the Wildcats finished, I think, 43% from the field. Kentucky's size was a bit overwhelming. You know, they got their average height is what, 6'1". They have probably the tallest roster they've had, and it bothered Missouri. Missouri missed 45 shots, I think. They only managed 11 points in the second quarter, which opened up the fourth quarter. They had a 3-minute drought, and Kentucky pretty much sealed the game. And then they had blocked shots. They had 7 blocks, 7 steals. They turned a lot of those shots, missed shots, into transition points, and they limited what Missouri wanted to do. So, you know, Missouri had 10 turnovers. Asia Boone hit a 3 early in the second quarter. That's another one that has come up huge time and time again. Has been
She's been a huge – listen, she's not getting the credit, but she's been a huge plus and a pickup out of the portal.
She has. She's played a big part. Now, you know, like you said, Morgan, you know, they extend this game plus 27 points, 28. And, you know, Missouri kind of entered into that lead and kind of made it respectable at the end. But I just think Kentucky just had too much going on with them. And you know,
I got to give so many shouts out to what Tonie Morgan is doing under Coach Kenny Brooks, man.
Yes,
Brooks,
I'll say this.
It's absolutely killing it with the point guards, man. I mean, just killing it.
To kind of add to the LSU thing, for them to go into Baton Rouge and beat a Kim Mulkey team
in Baton Rouge, it just don't happen much.
Says a lot about Kenny Brooks and what he's building.
I got to give a huge shout out to Tonie Morgan. She, I've been hearing all kinds of buzz about her maybe entering the possibility of a first-round draft pick in the WNBA this coming year. She's a senior. We're only borrowing her for 1 year. But, man, if she can keep up the level she's playing and the improvement that she's 3.5 to 1 assist to turnover ratio. She's shooting 43.3 from threes. She's, for the first time ever in her career, above 50% shooting from the floor. I mean, and by the way, she's leading the country in assists at 9 a game. Not bad. Not bad, right, John? All right. Since the first time since 2013, 2014, Kentucky is the highest they've been in the polls. The new poll come out today. They are number 6, John, in the AP poll.
Proud of them, man. They've worked hard. Me and you talked about this. They bust their tail. And all they have talked about all summer long is winning the SEC.
They have. I've been with them. Everywhere, they want
to win the SEC.
They want to win some trophies. I'm telling you, that's their goal, is to win some trophies. And right now, the way they've started, it looks like that's a possibility. They are going to have to weather this storm without Teonni Key, and that's
going to be tough. But
that's going to be a tough.
Girls, I know the amount of time that they put in. You know, Hassett, Strack. Gilvin will probably get some more playing time now a little bit. You know, you'll have Boone to play a little bit.
KK is definitely going to have to step up big.
Not Greenway, that's next year, but Kaylin Carroll.
KK Carroll is going to have to step up big. You know, there's been a couple of games that Key was out, okay? And KK stepped up big and hit some 3-pointers in those games and played pretty big and scored some points. She had 18-1 and like 9-1, I believe, the 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. She's going to have to step up and hit some shots and play well if Key's going to be out for a little while.
I'll say this, Brad. To see where they have came from and with Elsie to now, and the culture that Kenny Brooks has put into this program, it'll blow your mind. Especially from where you cover it and you've been there and you've witnessed it, to see them each year improve and to see the recruiting take off like it's about to. I'm going to tell you something. Maddie Greenway, I don't know if y'all know this. Her dad played football for the Minnesota Vikings, Chad Greenway.
Yep.
That girl is special. She can play. And I was getting ready to say, they honored her on Sunday. They actually got her to do the Y, like Kentucky basketball does. She came out in the middle of the court and she done her thing. But she is a really good player. And if you ain't watched her play, look her up. Maddie Greenway's good.
She's already scored over 5,000 points in her career, if that tells you anything.
That tells you a lot, yeah. But like I said, I kind of mentioned the Alabama game, the Oklahoma game. The Oklahoma game, I feel like, is a tougher game without Key.
It is going to be.
The Alabama game now, I feel like, even it's on the road, I feel like they can do some things and win this game without her. Because let's be real, Brad. Alabama lost a lot. They lost Barker last year. They lost some pieces to the portal.
They're
to kind of, regroup. So now I like this Oklahoma team. This Oklahoma team's good. They got a freshman guard that can play as good as anybody.
Freshman guard is. I don't. Sanchez does not. It's close to that, but I actually don't think that's what it is. But it might be. It's close to that.
I'm looking it up. I thought it was Sanchez.
Angel. But
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Reagan Beers is going to be a beast down low for Oklahoma on Sunday. This is at home.
Aaliyah Chavez.
Aaliyah Chavez. I knew Sanchez. It's close, but Sanchez just did not sound right.
I knew I was wrong on that because I was like, what?
She was on one service. She was the number one player. Now, there's a couple other players that it could have been too, but on one service, she was the number one high school recruit. She's a freshman. She's playing really well there.
Not Brad, but Wireman, yes, I would. He said, would you go on a date with Kim Mulkey if it meant Kentucky makes the Final Four? I said, probably. I mean, she's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Wouldn't you? Like, come on now.
Yeah, everybody wants to talk bad about her. I love Kim Mulkey, man. I have no problem with a hard-nosed coach that wins. No problem.
I hate to be in their practices this week. Is what I
don't know that I'd want to be there this week. No, but I have no problem with a hard-nosed coach that wins. I'd rather be a hard-nosed coach that wins than a coach that wants to be everybody's buddy and loses. And we'll get to some of that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, John. We are going to get to some football stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff we want to talk about here.
I mean, where do you want to start, Brad?
Well, I was planning on starting with over the weekend. We basically romanticized a bunch of recruits over the whole weekend. It seemed like we took them out on dates. We fed them dinner. We watched movies. I think they did everything with them, I believe, over the weekend. And right now, it looks like we may miss on all of them that was there over the weekend, the ones that I'm talking about. The ones that's on the screen.
Yeah, basically.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm having to move my stuff. So hold on a minute.
So, well, I'll give you an update on Leavitt. He is currently in Baton Rouge, LSU. He got to his visit sometime this afternoon. He is supposed to visit tonight, spend the night, and to visit until sometime tomorrow. There has been no decision that I know of from Leavitt, but right before we went on the air, there's been another update. And John, do you want to mention anything about DeAndre Moore, Baxter, or Leavitt before we move on to the next update?
Well, I mean, DeAndre Moore had set up visits. Ohio State had been leading a little bit. Then he moved to kind of Kentucky, and he took pictures in the.
He's currently at Louisville, by the way.
Currently at Louisville. Then you had C.J. Baxter, which came and done his visit.
And then Moore and Baxter, who are both from Texas, are supposed to go together, I think, tomorrow to Colorado on a visit. If that happens, they're going to visit. So,
according to Will Compton, I'll talk about that when we do the quarterback thing. Mincy, but everybody had all their. Go ahead.
I was just talking about the Baxter. Like they're supposed to go to Colorado.
Yeah, he's supposed to be there Tuesday. So,
all right. Well, let's get to some commitments. And John, right before we went on, you had told me that there's been a flip with Mincy. So tell me about it.
Well, according to Will Compton is a former Cornhusker. He said he was committed, was supposed to visit tomorrow. Agent had paperwork and said he was signing. Kentucky must have hit him with some money, and he basically flipped to Kentucky.
So Mincy is the quarterback from Notre Dame, right?
Mm-hmm.
He battled C.J. Carr for the starting job there.
Actually almost beat him out, to be honest. If it had not been for a good spring and towards the first of the fall, he would have been the starter. And, that's not to take nothing away from C.J. Carr. C.J. Carr is really, really good. But I'm going to tell you something about this Mincy kid. He is a good athlete, Brad. He's a 4-star kid coming out of high school. He's good with his feet. He can throw the ball. He can do a little bit of everything. He fits that mold with what Stein wants to bring. And to be honest with you, I was not really going to put all my eggs in a basket with Sam Leavitt. I know that there had been numbers thrown around, $5 million, $6 million, $7 million, $8 million, $9 million.
Some of it was astronomical, to be honest.
Yes, to be honest. Here's what I want to say about Sam Leavitt, okay? I know Kentucky fans want instant gratification with this portal. But I'm telling you, until Kentucky gets to where they need to be on a level like LSU, coaching-wise, whether it be not even LSU, I'm talking like a Oklahoma, a team like Missouri, he's going to have to be here a couple of years before it really takes off.
Because let's talk about Mincy for just a minute, okay? Because here's one thing that I have been noticing over the last 2 or 3 days. It did seem like that all of Kentucky's eggs was in one basket with Sam Leavitt, but apparently they've been doing some talking on the side to Mincy, at least today, at least. Maybe yesterday too. You know what I'm saying? They've had to have been talking to him.
Well, and now it's probably going to be Sam Leavitt going to LSU. And here's the thing. People don't realize about Kenny Mincy. He was a really big late riser in the 23 class. He went to Pitt before Notre Dame. He flipped, spent 3 years in Notre Dame, lost a really tight quarterback battle to C.J. Carr. This is a good quarterback, and I don't know why fans are downplaying this. There's some that are downplaying this, but this is a really solid quarterback, like one that Stein can work with and that has the intangibles to do his offense, and he fits that mold.
I mean, let's just hope that somebody else don't come along with a higher number before he signs, is all I got to say. If he's already doing that to Nebraska, I mean, just to be honest, like, you know, somebody else, if he hasn't signed, why, somebody else could do the same thing.
Well, and now I just got word from Matt Zenith.
Yeah, CBS guy.
That Ohio State's offensive guard, Tegra Tashabola, is going to visit Kentucky. He was a 6'6", 320-pounder on the line.
A guard? A guard?
He was a honorable mention. It didn't say what position he was, but he will visit Kentucky and Auburn soon. So maybe this was all a plan to get – I don't know, Brad. With all this portal stuff, this free agency, I'm telling you, it's a wild west.
You go after some – you miss on some, you go after some, and they want to hold off. While they're doing that, you got to be talking to others. Some of it you do behind closed doors. Some of it you do where others know about it. I mean, it's an absolute mess, to be honest with you.
Well,
but I do want to get to what I have up on the screen. I kind of want to do a little bit of a rundown. We had 5 commitments. The first one being Tavion Wallace.
Yeah, that was a big one.
And that was the first one. I want you to talk a little bit about Tavion Wallace.
Tavion Wallace is an interesting piece. He's a Georgia native, one of the top linebackers in his class. He signed with Arkansas. He was a 4-star recruit. I think he was ranked 16th among all linebackers. He did appear in 9 games with the Razorbacks. He was limited, I think. He had 2 tackles. And what most people, if you've been watching Kentucky, his brother played here.
Yes, Trevin Wallace.
Which is now at Carolina, and which will play in a playoff game this week.
In Kroger Field, Commonwealth, behind where we are right on the screen here, I think he had one of the loudest ovations, moments Trevin Wallace did in that stadium's history ever.
Yeah. He, you know, to me, adding him.
I was there, so I remember.
I was there as well. Adding him to this linebacker core that already has kind of ties to the program.
Let's be honest. He was a freshman this year. He didn't get a whole lot of playing time. He probably should have not burned his year, to be quite honest with you. But he's got 3 years remaining. He is probably not ready to be a full-blown plug-and-play guy as a starter. But he will probably see the field and see some playing time next year.
Yeah, he's going to see the field.
Yeah, I believe so. And then our second commitment was that Sykes?
Sykes, yes.
I think it was Sykes, wasn't it? The cornerback?
Yeah, it was Sykes. I don't have a lot of update on him. Now, I will say
Hassan Sykes, I believe, is his name, right?
Yeah, I will say that I know a little bit about Tony Berry. He's a kid out of Gardner Webb, and Brad made a point. He said, "I didn't even think Gardner Webb had a football team."
Yeah,
Which was kind of funny. I mean,
I made a joke. He was the starting center on the basketball team.
He was really good.
We're making people win.
He had 9.5 sacks. He started at Division II before transferring to Gardner Webb. This is his third program. Now, let's be honest, he chose Kentucky over Ohio State. He visited them Friday. I mean, if you got Miami.
The Sykes kid, man, I mean, honestly, everybody was saying the night before that he was going to go to Illinois.
Yeah. And then he they had a
and then he flipped to Kentucky. So, and he's a cornerback. The Sykes kid
he's really good, Sykes.
And then we got the bro guy from LSU, the defensive line, defensive end or the edge.
He made a big impact on LSU. He was a true freshman. And I'm going to say this, Brad. Not many players play as a true freshman at LSU.
Ahmad Bro, and it's spelled Breauo, as in like Louisiana. I mean, X as in Louisiana. I called him bruh.
I will say this. He played linebacker in high school. He got some frame on him.
And he gained some weight so he could play end, I think, or on the line.
He moved inside. He's a very exceptional athlete. His mother and him posted a picture last night. They're excited about being here. I want to bring up one that I'm kind of happy about, Brad.
And then this morning, are you talking about this one? Yeah. This morning we got the starting center from Baylor, Colton Price.
Yep. He was a 3-star out of high school. He had a redshirt season in 22. Baylor pretty much inserted him at center halfway through the year, and he never budged. You know, he's 318 pounds. He started the final 6 games of the 23 season. A Remington Award winner. Listen, Brad, he was rated by PFF as 66.3 in pass block and 69.1 in run block.
I think he's the top inside offensive lineman, interior offensive lineman in the portal.
Yep. Wyman brings up a good point. Let me ask you this. If you had a choice, you taking Kenny Minchie or Cutter Bowley?
I mean,
that's hard to – Cutter Bowley's his own guy. Like,
I mean, that's a little hard. Look, I'm a Kentucky guy, and so is Cutter, and we all, as Kentucky people, tend to like and want to keep our own. So if you're asking me today, I'm probably going to say Cutter, but after the spring and I see Mincy play and see what all he can do on the field, I'm probably going to have a different answer to that, Wireman, more than likely. Because I feel like Mincy probably has a little bit more talent.
Yeah, Mincy's a little bit more fine-tuned.
I mean, now, the one thing I liked about Cutter is he has some talent, but one thing I liked about Cutter is he seemed like he could operate really quick and really fast. He could take a Kentucky back.
He's saying as a starting quarterback.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was trying to get at, more than likely. So, I mean, I think Kenny Mincy is a very good pickup if that's who we have. Like I said, that happened right before we went on the air, within 10 minutes before we went on the air.
According to 24/7, he is the 12th best quarterback in the portal.
Okay.
He was one of the big fish. Now, he wasn't in the top 5, but he was in that range of top quarterbacks.
I mean, I think it's a very good pickup. He's not going to be quite as high as a few of these guys that has played quite a bit. So he hasn't been the starter. That's the one knock I would say. So, John, I want to get to a few visits today. The Chaplin visit, the offensive tackle from Auburn, was supposed to happen tonight.
Yeah,
Jordan, the Florida defensive back, Jordan, started with a C. Castile. Thank you. The Florida safety.
He's locked in this week. Chaplin's locked in this week. I think Chaplin's tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's got a lot. Listen, Brad, I couldn't tell you.
There was another one right before we come on I wanted to talk about. Chris Jones from, I'm trying to think, I want to say Ohio State. Look up CRIS Jones in the transfer portal.
There's so many players, but I can't really.
He's supposed to be coming tomorrow, and I want to say he was a.
Yeah, he's from Southern Miss. He's a linebacker.
He's a linebacker.
You're going to be going all night if you post all these people. I don't know half. I'm trying to keep up with it, but I don't even know half of the visitors that are coming this week. Like, there's so many.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying that we can. I'm not saying we can sit here and run down them all. I just kind of wanted to go over what we know as far as the next day or two, today, tomorrow, with some visitors and things that's going on.
Well, they're supposed to host the Georgia linebacker tomorrow. Chris Jones.
That's who I was talking about. It's Georgia, the Georgia linebacker. Chris Jones.
The Georgia linebacker.
He has 3 years. He has 3 years left. He was a freshman this year. He did play in all 13 games. They played 14, but he played on special teams. He really didn't play on the defense. He played on special teams.
Another one from Iowa State is another one. Tonie Kelly from West Georgia. And Giffard, he actually committed to Texas. Hassan Sykes was one. He ended up committing last night. And then Hunter Osborne was another one from Virginia. Not sure what the news is on him, but
no, I don't either. All right, John, let's run through the offensive line. Let's run through a few on the offensive line. So there was 2 from LSU. One of them committed elsewhere today. That was the Opry Williams kid, committed elsewhere today. But Tyree Adams is still in play. And then the Chaplin guy from Auburn. And then there was also 2 from – my brain is not working right now. Offensive linemen that have come in. They were there over the weekend. I can't remember right this minute.
I can't think of them, Brad. Tyree Adams was one.
Yeah, I said him. There was 2 from another school.
Ori was one, but they got him crystal ball to go to Tennessee. So
yeah, Tennessee, yeah. But that was
I think you're trying to bait me. He says, you taking Kenny Minchie or Brock Vandagriff after a year off?
I'm not even answering that. That's a ridiculous even question, to be honest with you.
He's done. Another one was Kobe Sellers, and he committed to Vanderbilt earlier tonight.
Yeah. But that was That was a cornerback. I was trying to talk about the offensive linemen real quick. There was 5 of them. I made a post about them earlier, but I can't remember the other school.
I can't remember. There's so many.
I can't think of who they are right this minute, but there was 5 of them.
By the way, just as we got on, Quashay Scott entered the portal. That's going to be a blow to the defense.
For Kentucky?
Yep. Had 39 tackles and an interception this season.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
So wide receiver wise, Malcolm Simmons was visiting today. So that's another one to watch on the wide receiver front. You got DeAndre Moore that visited over the weekend. So there's you a couple of wide receivers to look out for. Running back, there was an Oklahoma running back that visited over the weekend. His name was Jonathan. Started with an A. I can't remember what the last name was. Oklahoma. He's from Oklahoma. And then C.J. Baxter were the 2 running backs that visited over the weekend that I know of.
And there's more entering the portal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, we could sit here all night.
Not slowing down anytime soon.
Quashay Scott, Wireman, the played safety for us, or cornerback. I think it was safety, if I'm not mistaken. Defensive back, Quashay Scott. Yep. I
want to get to the new staff member that was announced today for Coach Will Stein in Kentucky. He hired a guy that had quite an extensive resume, background and resume from he's been at Florida, he's been at Texas, he's been at Louisville for a few years. He's been at USF, South Florida for 9 years. He was an assistant athletic director there, and he's been a strength coach, a performance coach for a long time. And I just wanted to just talk about him a little bit, adding to this staff, director of football sports performance or something like that was his title today. And talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, he's from South Florida, had some time at Florida, had some time at Texas, had some guys. He's put guys in MLB, NFL.
And NFL. He's had over 100. He's put over 100 guys in pro sports.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive. Over his guys in the NFL have made over $800 million and almost $200 million in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive resume, Brad.
I mean, what's his name again? Roberts was his last name. Was it
Brandon, I think? No, it wasn't Brandon.
Roberts was his last name. I remember that.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, Brad. There's been so much happened today. Brandon Roberts, director of football sports performance. Yeah, it was Brandon Roberts.
I mean, Don, I'm pretty impressed at the staff that he's put together.
Yeah, it's impressive. And he also coached Will at Louisville, and that was a big thing. He was a associate strength coach at Louisville from 10 to 14. Worked at South Florida. He worked with Charlie Strong. He was in Tampa, I think, for 9 years and was an assistant to the AD in 2020. Also, he played defensive line at Middle Tennessee. So he's got some ties to Tennessee, and when it comes to recruiting. And I agree with you, Ironman. It's not going to be sustainable with what's happening around the college football world. If this portal and this money, you look at tonight, Minchie, he's basically going for a visit. He's got everything signed up. A phone call happens and he's gone.
Yep.
That's
the way it is. All right. Before we move on from football, I want to ask you, so on top of pulling double duty and still trying to coach a team to a national championship as the OC, Stein is still trying to pull all this off, all this that we've been talking about, talking to all these kids and portals and trying to get kids here and be the Kentucky coach and everything else. He's also trying to build a staff and put a staff together. I mean, just talk about how busy that man actually has to be right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild. I mean,
you think he's getting an hour of sleep a day or what?
It has to be tough. I mean, you think about it, Brad. You got coaches in the middle of a playoff run. Kirk Cignetti, which he brought up a good point on it the other night. He had players on campus while he's trying to prep for a championship game or a semifinal. The calendar, to me, that's where I kind of want to bring this in. The calendar needs to be fixed. The calendar needs to be moved to another. It's interfering with these teams. You got players, exiting out of playoff teams. Oregon has had some guys. Miami's had a few guys. I'm sure Indiana and Ole Miss is going to have some guys, enter the portal, and they get 5 extra days when their season ends to kind of, use the portal and coaches to be able to call these guys. Like, something needs to change with this, Brad. It has to be – the NCAA is going to have to get more involved with this. Because I'm going
to give you a suggestion on that, John, right now. All right? I suggest that you change the football portal, the transfer portal, until the 1st of May.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've seen it all now. So Ashton Daniels just went to Florida State, and Lagway was there today, and now he might not even be there. Oh, it's a circus, Brad.
Yeah, it is. If you change the transfer portal to the 1st of May, and it's only 2 weeks right now, okay? So then what you could do is you could push spring practice back till June and do spring practice in June, end of May, June. Just push it all back. And then you don't have all this crap going on. You don't have coaches leaving teams in the middle of a playoff run. You don't have players leaving teams in the middle of a playoff run. They can finish the damn season. Like, that's what I say. I don't know why everybody thinks that it has to be crammed into January. There's no if you finish the football season, why does everybody have to be on campus in January? The only reason is for April's spring practice. That's it. That's the only reason. There's only one reason why they have to be on campus by January 20th or whatever it is when their school starts.
It's actually kind of funny watching Nebraska fans in Kentucky going at it right now on Twitter.
There's only one thing that they do in that semester, and that's spring practice. That's it. And a lot of these schools are going away from spring practices and playing spring games. Do some OTAs just like the NFL does. in the summertime.
Yep.
It's that simple. And then you fix it.
Yep.
It really is.
I'll kind of say this real quick before we move on. It's kind of funny to watch Nebraska fans, like I said, Kentucky fans going at each other's neck right now. It's pretty comical. You got people saying that Kentucky shoved Matt Rule into a locker and all this. Like it's pretty funny stuff. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Everybody's fighting over the same kids, so
yeah,
whatever. I mean, and you can pay them. I mean, nobody cares anymore. I remember a time when Kentucky thought they was going to get the death penalty over $1,000. And that's a true story. And people today would think you are crazy. $1,000 in the envelope nearly got Kentucky basketball the death penalty.
So there's some good updates.
SMU in 1987, SMU got shut down. They got the death penalty shut down over $61,000.
I will say this to add to the portal. Kentucky is in good position with DeAndre Moore and C.J. Baxter, according to On3. So there was a thing that said the Wildcats are in the prime position for the number 5 wide receiver.
I mean, that's all good. Let's hope, especially if they get a quarterback like that. So, I mean, let's hope.
Let's hope.
The quarterback in the center is going to be important to get some playmakers.
You got to have somebody to block. I mean, you got to have somebody.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So let's get to some basketball stuff. This is not going to be fun. This is not going to be really pretty. Kentucky never really challenged at Alabama. Not really. Did not play well, did not look good. There was only 2 players that played well at all. That was Lowe and Owe, that both had over 20. And, nobody else seemed to even
know something? You want to know something?
Be on the floor. I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
I'm going to tell you something that really bothered me. I'm going to try to be nice as I can. I told you I was going to be kind of rough, but I've changed my tune, but I'm not really going to change it as much. Where's the fight?
Well, I mean, Lowe and Owe showed it.
Oh, I'm not saying that, but the consistency, the way his teams, they don't bring any juice for 40 minutes. They had stretches of really good play, but it was never sustained enough, Brad, for the whole game.
I have a problem with some things. So I want to get to some things. What's really going on with Mark Pope? And I asked that question because from the time he got here at the introductory press conference, all the way through most of last year, like he was a fan favorite. He was staying after in Rupp behind us here on the screen. He was, talking with the fans for an hour at a time. He was buying them ice cream cones. He was relating to people. He was taking pictures. And then all of a sudden, over the last 2 months, he seems like he don't even know how to talk to Tom Leach. And I got a question. Is it just the losing? You think, is that what the difference is here? He doesn't even seem like he knows how to answer a simple question or talk to Tom Leach.
You want to know what he said tonight? This is what really befuddles me, Brad. This is what he said tonight, and I'm going to read it. It was from X. Mark Pope, what's really important for us as coaches and as teammates is understanding the story that each of our guys and each member of our staff is telling themselves about what we're going through right now. And then bringing it back to two things. One, a point of truth, and two, a point of common understanding about where you're experiencing, what the shortcoming is and where the pitfalls are. That was actually a theme of our film today. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like,
he said all of that just to get back to the same point, that to get back to an understanding of what they need to do to start with. Like, but that's not, I mean, he just seems like he's kind of out of touch and don't know how to talk. He doesn't seem to want to answer questions. He doesn't seem to, like, I'm not sure what's going on with him. He doesn't seem like the same human being. He doesn't have the same demeanor. He doesn't, like,
it seems like he's talking about his team.
He sat down beside Tom Leach, and he acts like he don't even know the guy, don't even want to answer a question, don't want to be there. And last year he was sitting and interacting and having fun with the fans and signing balls and buying them ice cream and taking pictures. And where's that guy at?
To me, you just play winning basketball. Why does he feel like he needs to be the quote master of a book? Like, I mean, I don't know, Brad.
I don't know, man. Seriously, that's what this is about, is issues that need fixed now. And I'm putting it that way for a reason. We're halfway through the damn season. They're sitting at 9-5. They got 17 SEC games left. If they don't fix their problems now, it's fixing to be too late. You can't wait another 3 weeks to figure this shit out. If you ain't figured it out by now, I'm not so sure about you. If you can't get a feel of the game, man, and just be like, okay, we're playing better when these five are on the floor.
Like, I feel like, to me, Brad, I want a basketball coach. I don't want a therapist. I mean, I'm sorry, that just is not there's and we had mentioned this the other day. Why don't you play the five that got you there in the St. John's game? There was Cam Williams, Otega Owe, Jaden Quainitz. Who was the other ones?
Low,
and
Diabate.
But to me,
and you know how many minutes they played on the floor against Alabama? Those five that made the biggest comeback against St. John's so we could win, they played one damn minute against Alabama. Now, please explain that to me. How?
Winning solves everything, Brad. A bunch of stuff, I like Mark, but I feel like he was given a long leash because of what Cal. And we won some big games last year. I'm not saying that. But he doesn't build teams, to me, the right way. He plays too many guys. So recruits, to me, don't want to come there. Because his rotations are absolutely insane.
They're not in sync. There's no rhyme or reason. He doesn't keep anything the same. He doesn't really have rotations. Not really. He looks at numbers and the time of the game and things and stuff, and he just says that guy, this guy, that guy. And I don't think he even has rotations. I really don't. I don't even think he thinks that way. I don't think he thinks, okay, these three guys are playing better together. And I think that's a problem. We play better when these three guys are on the damn floor.
Well, here's the thing. Can any of them defend and shoot a three consistently?
Well, now,
I mean,
shooting a three, I'm not too sure. Defend, yes, they proved that against Indiana and St. John's in the second half.
Yeah, but to be fair, neither one of those.
They can do it. They can. I'm just saying.
What really gets me, Brad, is this whole roster construction. And we're going to bring that up.
Yep.
You told me all summer long that you did not like this roster construction.
Nope.
Whatsoever.
Ever since the basketball portal opened and he started signing these guys, I have been telling John that I did not like the roster construction because of one thing: offensive efficiency.
Yeah, there is none.
I have told John since the beginning that I didn't like a few of the guys he was getting because they were not offensive, efficient players, and that was going to be a problem with Pope's system. And another thing that was the big thing, but the part of the offensive problem is he has no shooters. No pure shooters. He needs a team where, just like Alabama had on Saturday, that can pull up from 28 and just bury them.
You want to know something?
4 or 5 guys, just like Alabama had. We don't have one on the floor that can do that. People will be like, well, Cam Williams can, and Trent Noah's a good shooter. Trent Noah's a great shooter when nobody's guarding him.
Matt Sack brought up a big point on Twitter. This stat. I want to read you this stat, okay? Under Mark Pope, Kentucky has played 35 games against Power 4 competition. That's included Gonzaga, St. John's plus the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They are 18-17. They have trailed by at least 10 points in 17 of those 35 games. They have trailed by 15 or more in 11 of those games. They have trailed by 20 or more in 8 of those games. And here's another stat that's going to blow your mind. Billy Gillespie was 35-17 his first 2 years. Mark Pope's the same.
Yep. They have the same record. They're 33-17 after 50 games.
Yep. If that's not alarming to you, I mean, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this, and this might not be
18-17, John, against power conference teams at Kentucky.
Not going to cut it.
Wow. That's a shocking number right there.
I'm going to say this, and me and Brad talked about this the other day in our little group with Bill Sizemore. Bill's a good friend of ours.
It's not just a group. It's our college SportsCast.
It's our
subscribers
page. Yeah.
Chat.
We was talking about this the
Sign
other day.
up. 99 cents. That's all it is.
We talk all the time, even 2 o'clock in the morning. BG's doing something, and he's always talking. But anyways, if this continues on until next year, I'm saying let the portal kind of figure its way out and see what you can do in the portal next year. But if this continues on into next year and into SEC play like we're doing now, there's got to be some tough conversations being had.
For real.
And listen, I love Mark Pope. Mark Pope is.
Look, I'm still wearing the shirt, okay? This is the 96 team. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care what happens with this, John. He's always going to be near and dear to my heart, man. I was born in 1974. I don't remember the 78 team. I was too young. I don't remember that team. But by the time 1981 got here, I remember them all. I remember the Sam Bowies and the Dirk Minifields and the Dickie Bills and the Hurt and the Fords. And I mean, like Charles Hurt and all of them. I can go way back, okay? And I spent decades, what felt like decades, to be honest with you, dreaming of a Kentucky team that could win a national title. We got so close so many times.
Yeah, I mean.
And this 1996 team will always be my favorite and be near and dear to my heart. I absolutely love that team. I will always love that team, and I will always love Mark Pope.
Oh, I'm no doubt about it. And I said it from the beginning. At the end of the day, there's things you have to do. And winning games in Lexington is not easy. You know, you got to deal with the fan base. There's a lot of media scrutiny. And right now, I just feel like, Brad, to me, I feel like Mark Pope's being swallowed up with it. Like it's taking him over. You see it in the interviews. You see it with Tom Leach. You see it on the court. Something is off. This whole team, the vibe. There's just I don't know,
I can
Brad.
tell you this. Well, let's get to the March Madness. I want to ask you about March Madness real quick, and I think it's on the line. I mean, like I really do. If they don't fix this right now, I think it's on the line, because if they go 3-5 to start the SEC, there's not going to be a March Madness for Kentucky this year.
No. And like I said, you let that go into next year, you're going to have some tough conversations to be had. As much as
that's absolutely right. That's my last topic here is what's next. And I won't be honest with you, John.
Here's what I want to say, Brad, real quick. Missouri's coming to town Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
This is big. They beat Florida this past weekend. Kentucky is given an 81% chance of winning this game, right? Well, you win that game, you play Mississippi State at home. In a game,
and State is coming on. They've been improving. They started kind of slow.
Well, in a game they're probably going to be favored. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then they play LSU, so there's a little gap in there where you could win 3 in a row.
You could if you play ball.
Then you play Tennessee on the road.
But I got to ask you, John. Like Jaden Quaintance. When Quaintance is going to play? When's JQ coming back? All this stuff for months and months. That's all we've talked about. And he played 27 minutes or something the other night against Alabama. And hell, I'm not sure that we even got him the ball over 3 times. I mean, I don't understand. How do you have a kid with that kind of talent? It's not 22 damn feet from the basket, Mark Pope. I'm sorry, but it's not. That handoff bullshit with Jaden Quaintance, the only time he's going to touch the ball is insane. That's insane. Like, you got to fix this stuff, man. Plain and simple. It don't take, you don't have to be a genius. I don't have to know everything. I'm not going after my doctor. And I'm not doing all that, man. It's a feel on the basketball floor and a knowledge of basketball, and you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
You can't let Jaden Quaintance, the only time the guy touches the ball is 23 feet away from the basket out top to do a damn dribble handoff with a guard. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he touched the ball like 3 times the entire game. He did not post up until there was 13 minutes to go in the second half. 27 minutes into the game. And he posted up one other time. They double teamed him and he had a turnover. And I think that's it. There might have been one other time that they tried to get the ball to him. And that's it. And it's just insane to me. And we're talking about a guy who's got top 5, top 6 talent to be in the draft next year.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, just maybe, John, you try to take advantage of all his skills.
You know what's really bothering me, though?
Maybe you let him roll to the basket and throw one up to him. One. Just try it. For shits and giggles, for God's sakes.
I want to tell you what really bothers me is now you got the parents calling it out. Like Hammond was on X the other night about his usage. Like, this is going to get toxic if this continues.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not his dad, and I'm pissed off about it. I'm just being honest with you. I'm a basketball guy. I'm a basketball junkie, man. I've done everything, including coaching. I know it all.
By the way, the Jones kid from Southern Miss just committed to Ole Miss. So,
okay.
Pete Golden's going to have a squad. People said that he was not going to do much there. They got another thing coming. But
well, he's got to get a staff. He's got to get a staff first.
Yeah, he's got to figure that out a little bit. So,
and where it's going to come from, he's going to have to steal from everybody else or something because everybody else is done filling them spots now. So,
but I'm going to say this as we get off here. These 3 games, you better win them. That's all I can say. Missouri, you better come in there and you better have your game prepared, because I'm telling you, if we play like we did against Alabama, the booing's going to get worse. And
I don't understand I'll tell you another one. Why don't we put a shooter in the corner like every other damn team?
You know, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with this team.
Go watch basketball, John. Every team, every damn time somebody throws the ball up in the air and the whistle blows, there are teams, they smart enough that they put a shooter in the damn corner. You have an offense, you drive, they come in, you kick out, and a shooter shoots from the corner. Where is ours?
I'm going to tell you something else that's wrong.
80-90% of the time.
I'm going to tell you something else that's wrong with this team. They don't have no identity.
Well, there's really no spacing. All they do is that stupid-ass handoff. I swear, half the time, I think I'm still watching Calipari.
Yeah, it's – to be fair, though, he's cooking down there this year. But let's just be fair.
Good for him. I'm talking about when he was here. Feel like I'm still – all they did the last 2 or 3 years, that stupid-ass dribble handoff shit.
Man, I wish we had Darius a Cuff. I really – man, he's so good.
Feel like I'm still watching Calipari.
You all should stay on live and break the news as it's happening. There's news breaking every hour, seems like. Let's go to midnight. Hell with it.
No, Wireman. I'm fixing to end this. I don't know what you're talking about.
But to be fair, Brad, like you said, they need to win these 3 games because I'm telling you, you don't have a winning record in the SEC, you're not getting in the tournament. 8-10.
They need to quit. They need to quit worrying about a winning record and just start playing ball and stacking a few damn wins.
Well, you look across the league. Florida's not playing great. Auburn's not playing great. Kentucky's in the kind of the same spot. They're all 3 9-5.
They are.
And listen, the SEC as a whole, let's be fair, it's not as great. I'm just gonna say it. The women's side is better than the men's when it comes to the top heavy teams.
Yeah.
South Carolina, Texas, Kentucky.
There's 5 of the top 7 teams in the country on the women's side are SEC.
Vanderbilt. I forgot to mention that. Michaela Blake's in Vanderbilt having a great year.
Yep. All right. Listen, plain and simple, you got to start having a feel for basketball, know how to handle basketball. I don't really give 2 shits how you talk it out and tell the players and bring it back and have a discussion. I don't care. I don't give 2 shits about any of that. Not 2 shits.
What I don't understand, Brad, is what's with all this word salad? Like,
I want you to have a feel on a basketball floor, like behind us in a arena called Rupp Arena that you played on, that you should know better.
Yep. It bothers me, Brad.
If you can't be like, okay, we play better with these 3 players on the floor, there's a problem.
Well, the thing is, it feels like he's not even communicating with the fan. Like he's just the pulse of the fan base is at a high, and he's not connecting with them.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, it's got to be fixed and got to be fixed quick is all I know.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. The QR code at the top left is for Home Field Apparel. Want to put that up there?
I'm just laughing at you because you could say a lot more stuff than that.
Man,
oh.
I'm trying to be halfway decent because I love the man. I do. I promise you I do. But Lord have mercy. If nothing else, Alvin Brooks, Mark Fox, somebody have a feel for this game and know what's best and what players and how to play and how to use the players and use their best strengths. I mean, is there anybody over there that's got a pulse? Are y'all all like, I don't know, on sleeping pills or something? I'm not sure.
I love a good Brad Harvey rant, Wireman says.
Like,
I better get him off here because he's getting ready to get.
I just like, how can you watch basketball and not know like a good rotation? And he was asking about starting Jalen Lowe, and he's like, well, maybe we'll figure that out pretty soon. What?
I agree with you, Werman. He said Mark Fox has been coaching for 30 years. He surely knows how to get right players on the floor.
I mean, Lord have mercy.
But anyways, we got a show tomorrow night. Should be fun. We're going to talk college football playoffs and everything happening with the port. Well, we'll do some portal talk.
Either do it tomorrow night or Wednesday night, one of the two.
Tomorrow, Wednesday. So.
Yep, because we're going to do it before the playoffs.
Yeah.
We got two big playoff games to talk about. So that's going to be a big part of the show, but we'll do a few of these topics too. So,
yeah.
All right.
Kirk Cignetti, the next Nick Saban?
Probably.
Oh, goodness. I'm not kidding when I said
that. Hey, I was off of it all, but I'm fully on board. Indiana is a damn football school. That's all I can tell you.
All you can say.
That's all I can say. I mean, Lord, they're killing it in the portal too now, but I get it now. But when he first got there, he took a bunch of James Madison players and won in the Big Ten. I want everybody to remember that.
And people's out there saying that we've turned into the new Indiana in basketball. I mean, it's
unfortunate.
So,
all right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. This has been Wildcat Weekly. We will be back with you next Monday night for our Wildcat Weekly show. Y'all have a good night. We will see you on Tuesday or Wednesday for our game day pick'ems and Big Fuss.
Have a good one. Go Cats.
All right. Thanks, guys.